Just months after one of the deadliest wars in Gaza's history pushed the region to the brink, a dramatic new political breakthrough is now being claimed. US President Donald Trump has announced what he is calling a historic agreement that could fundamentally reshape Gaza's future and potentially end decades of Hamas's military rule over the territory. According to President Trump, Hamas has agreed to the complete and phased disarmament of its military wing as part of a broader ceasefire and post-war political settlement. If implemented, it would mark the biggest breakthrough in Gaza peace efforts since the conflict began and remove what has long been considered the single biggest obstacle to a permanent ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. Trump made the announcement on his Truth Social platform, describing the agreement as a monumental step toward lasting peace and security. According to Trump, the deal was reached after months of intensive diplomacy involving the United States, Egypt, Qatar, and Turkey.
We are making concessions for the sake of our people and our Palestinian people in the Gaza Strip to save them from killing and displacement. The issue of weapons is linked to the Israeli withdrawal, the entry of the National Committee, and reconstruction. Israel will not interfere in the matter of inventorying and storing weapons, and the National Committee will be the one to undertake this task. The process of inventorying and storing weapons will not begin until the completion of the first phase. We will not implement any step if the occupation forces do not fulfill their obligations within the agreement. If Israel does not abide by the agreement, we will not abide by it.
Soon after Trump's announcement, senior Hamas officials also confirmed that an agreement had been reached on the sensitive issue of weapons. According to officials quoted by AFP, Hamas acknowledged an understanding regarding the future of its weapons and also confirmed discussions on the gradual withdrawal of Israeli forces from Gaza. However, Hamas also stressed that Israel must fully honor every commitment under the agreement and said international mediators would be responsible for ensuring compliance. The reported agreement outlines a phased roadmap rather than an immediate disarmament. Under the proposed framework, Hamas would gradually surrender its heavy weapons and military infrastructure over several months. Some reports suggest that the complete disarmament process could take anywhere between 200 and 300 days, making it one of the longest and most closely monitored security transitions ever attempted in Gaza. As Hamas dismantles its military capabilities, Israeli forces would also begin a phased withdrawal from different parts of the Gaza Strip. Rather than an immediate pullout, Israel's withdrawal would be directly linked to verified progress in Hamas's disarmament. Officials say every phase would require independent verification before moving to the next stage. To oversee security during this transition, an international stabilization force is expected to be deployed across Gaza. According to multiple reports, the force could consist of around 5,000 personnel led by an American general. The multinational force would work alongside a newly created Palestinian police force tasked with maintaining law and order after Hamas's military wing is dismantled. The aim is to prevent a security vacuum while ensuring that militant groups cannot quickly rebuild their capabilities. The agreement also outlines plans for establishing a new Palestinian governing authority in Gaza. That administration would gradually take over civilian governance, public services, and reconstruction efforts once security conditions improve. Trump said Gaza should never again become a launching pad for attacks against Israel. He argued that Israel would finally receive the long-term security guarantees it has demanded since the October 7th attacks, while Palestinians would gain an opportunity to rebuild under a new political structure. The role of regional mediators has been central throughout these negotiations. Egypt and Qatar have spent months mediating indirect talks between Israel and Hamas, while Turkey has also played an increasingly active diplomatic role, during the latest phase of negotiations. A new round of implementation talks is expected to be held in Cairo, where negotiators will discuss timelines, verification mechanisms, and the deployment of international security personnel. Despite the optimism surrounding the announcement, significant challenges remain. One of the biggest questions is how exactly Hamas's military infrastructure will be dismantled. The group possesses thousands of fighters, extensive tunnel networks, rocket stockpiles, and command facilities built over nearly 2 decades. Verifying the destruction of those capabilities will require unprecedented international monitoring. Another major uncertainty is whether all armed factions operating inside Gaza will accept the agreement. While Hamas appears to have accepted the overall framework, smaller militant organizations such as Palestinian Islamic Jihad and other armed groups have not publicly confirmed whether they will also disarm. That remains one of the biggest risks to the agreement's success. Meanwhile, violence has not completely stopped. Even as ceasefire negotiations continue, Israeli airstrikes reportedly killed at least 4 people in Gaza, including 2 children, according to local health officials. The latest strikes highlight how fragile the situation remains despite political progress. Questions also remain over reconstruction. Large parts of Gaza's infrastructure, including hospitals, schools, roads, electricity networks, and residential neighborhoods, have been devastated by months of fighting. International donors are expected to play a major role in financing Gaza's recovery once security arrangements are fully implemented. For now, both sides appear committed to continuing negotiations. But implementation, not announcement, will determine whether this agreement succeeds. If Hamas follows through with disarmament, if Israel carries out its phased withdrawal, and if international monitors can successfully oversee the process, this could become one of the most significant diplomatic breakthroughs in the history of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. If not, Gaza could once again slide back into another devastating cycle of war. For now, all eyes are on Cairo, where the next phase of negotiations could determine whether this historic deal becomes a lasting peace, or simply another missed opportunity in one of the world's longest-running conflicts.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to Mirror Now.